The 19th Hadith regarding the ruling of the menstruating woman and women in postnatal bleeding. عن معاذة بنت عبد الله العدوية قالت: سألت عائشة رضي الله عنها فقلت: ما بال الحائض تقضي الصوم ولا تقضي الصلاة؟ فقالت: أحرورية أنت؟ قلت: لست بحرورية ولكني أسأل. قالت: كان يصيبنا ذلك فنؤمر بقضاء الصوم ولا نؤمر بقضاء الصلاة. متفق عليه. Mu'adhata binti Abdillah al-Adawiyya said, I asked Aisha radiyallahu anha, why is it that a menstruating woman makes up her fast but does not make up her prayers? Aisha said, are you one of the Haruriyya? I said, I am not from the Haruriyya. I'm just asking. She said that menstruation during the fasting period used to happen to us. We were commanded to make up the fast, but we're not commanded to make up the prayers. Agreed upon. The hadith is evidence that a menstruating woman and the woman with postnatal bleeding, by consensus, is not allowed to fast. They break their fast in Ramadan and make it up. It has come in the hadith of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, أليس إذا حاضت لم تصلي ولم تصم فقلنا بلى قال فذلك من نقصان دينها. Isn't it true that when she menstruates, she doesn't pray nor fast? We said, of course. He said, this is from the deficiency of her religion. This is from the mercy of Allah the Most High upon women. Salah is repeated daily, and menstruation normally repeats itself every month. Therefore, there is a hardship in obligating her to make up the prayers. The devotion in her returning to them after her menstruation does not require the added devotion of her making them up. Not making them up does not take away from her devotion. Fasting is a yearly worship. There is no hardship in making it up. Rather, it is a benefit for the woman. Wallahu alimun hakim. And Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. And if a woman menstruated or had postnatal bleeding in the middle of the day, her fasting is invalid for that day, even if it was before the setting of the sun by only a moment. It is obligatory on her to make up that day unless it was voluntary. It was a voluntary fast, in which case her making it up would be voluntary. This is because making it up takes the same rules as the original performance. She breaks her fast secretly because its reason is hidden, and she should not announce it so as to not draw suspicion on herself, or an ignorant person be deceived by her and think that breaking fast is permissible without a valid excuse. But if she feels the symptoms of menstruation, either cramps or the blood leaving the uterus towards the vagina, but nothing comes out until after sunset, then her fast is correct, because the ruling is connected to the presence of menstruation and is not yet present. If the menstruating woman became purified during the daytime in Ramadan, fasting that day is not correct due to the presence of what negates fasting during the first part of it. There are those from the people of knowledge who say she refrains from eating and drinking for the rest of the day out of respect for the time, and she still makes up that day. Then there are those of them who say she does not refrain because she does not benefit from refraining, since making up that day is obligatory upon her. And this is more apparent, and Allah knows best. If she becomes purified in the night time of Ramadan, even if it was before Fajr by a moment and the blood stopped and she sees purity, it is obligatory on her to fast because she is one of the people required to fast. This is even if she does not bathe until after the entrance of Fajr, as has preceded, because having already bathed is not a condition for fasting. If the woman experiencing postnatal bleeding becomes purified before 40 days, it is obligatory on her to fast, if that is in Ramadan. She does what other pure women do. There is no limit to how short postnatal bleeding can be. As for istihada, unnatural blood, it does not prevent one from fasting because the religious text was only narrated regarding the blood of menstruation and childbirth. This is because the blood of istihada is continuous while the blood of menstruation is temporary. And because the blood of istihada does not prevent one from salah, nor from tawaf around the house, the Kaaba, and likewise fasting. This is by the consensus of the people of knowledge, and Allah knows best. Allahumma Rabba Jibrila wa Mikaila wa Rabba Israfila na'udhu bika min adhab al-qabri wa min harr al-nari wa na'udhu bika min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min du'a'in la yusma' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min ilmin la yanfa' waghfir Allahumma lana wa liwalidina wa li jami'il muslimin. O Allah, the Lord of Jibreel and Mikail, the Lord of Israfil, we seek refuge in you from the punishment of the grave and from the heat of the fire. We seek refuge in you from a heart that does not fear, a supplication which is not heard, a soul which is not content, and from knowledge which does not benefit. And forgive us, O Allah, our parents, and all of the Muslims.